Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of knowledge sharing. Before we continue, like us, like and follow our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, comments and share a video for more interesting topics. Today we are looking at this question and it says x plus 1 all over x raised to the power of 2 minus x plus 1 all over x minus 1 raised to the power of 2 equals to 1. Find the value of x. This question looks tricky, but we are going to find the value of x in this equation. So we have solution. We are given x plus 1 all over x all to the power of 2 minus x plus 1 all over x minus 1 all to the power of 2 equals to 1. So this will become, okay, we recall that when we have a all over b raised to the power of 2, we can rewrite it as a squared all over b squared. So in this case, this can be broken down to be x plus 1 squared all over x squared minus x plus 1 squared all over x minus 1 squared equals to 1. So in this case, we have x plus 1 squared here and x plus 1 squared here. We are going to simplify that by multiplying all through by 1 all over x plus 1 squared. So we say multiply all through by 1 all over x plus 1 squared. So this will become x plus 1 squared all over x squared times 1 all over x plus 1 squared. Then minus x plus 1 squared all over x minus 1 squared times 1 all over x plus 1 squared equals to 1 times the same thing 1 all over x plus 1 squared. So what we have seen now is this one will cancel here and this one will cancel here. So we are now left with 1 all over x squared here minus 1 all over this minus 1 all over x minus 1 squared equals to 1 times this equals to 1 all over x plus 1 squared. So this is what we have. So the next one is for us to clear this by multiply all through by x squared. So this will become 1 all over x squared times x squared. So we are distributing the multiplication of x squared all through the fraction. Minus 1 all over x minus 1 squared times x squared equals to 1 all over x plus 1 times x squared. So that will become, in that case, this will cancel this. And we are now left with 1 minus x squared times 1 is x squared all over x minus 1 raised to the power of 2 equals to x squared times 1 is x squared all over x plus 1 all squared. That's raised to the power of 2. So now we can rearrange this. By rearranging this will be transposed into this other side. So we take this one first, x squared all over x plus 1 all raised to the power of 2 plus, so this will be transposed to this other side, become x squared all over x minus 1 squared equals to 1. So this is what we have now. We recall that we said when we have a all over b all squared is the same thing as a squared all over b squared. So that is what we will do here. So this will become x squared all over x plus 1 all, okay, not square, the square will be here, plus x all over x minus 1 all squared equals to 1. So in this case, we have this. We can also recall that when we have a squared plus b squared is the same thing as a plus b all raised to the power of 2 minus 2ab. In this case, this is our a and this is our b. So we'll substitute this into what we have here in this expression. So this will become x all over x plus 1, that is here, plus x, that is for b, all over x minus 1, all raised to the power of 2. That's what we have here, minus 2 into a, which is this, x all over x plus 1, times b, which is x all over x minus 1. So that is what we have. So the next step is for us to expand what we have in the parentheses. But we need to recall that when we have difference of 2 squared, that means we have a squared, a minus b squared equals to a minus b into a plus b. So here this times this is what we have here. So this is a difference of 2 squared. So we need to clean this and take it up. So we clean this, so we take it off. Okay, this is equals to 1 here. So now we need to expand this bracket. Look for the LCM. Our LCM here is x plus 1 into x minus 1. This is from here. We want to simplify this fraction. So looking for the LCM of these two denominator is this. So the LCM divided by x plus 1 is x minus 1. So x minus 1 times x will be x into x minus 1. So the LCM now divided by x minus 1 is x plus 1. Then x plus 1 times x will be plus x into x plus 1. So we have all raised to the power of 2. This minus 2, this is 2 times x is 2x squared all over. We said that this is difference of 2 squared. We'll put it as x squared minus 1 equals to, because here x plus 1 times x minus 1 is what we have here is difference of 2 squared, is going to be x squared minus 1 squared. 1 squared is the same thing as 1. So let us rearrange this equation. Okay, before we do that, we are going to expand this. By expanding that, this will become x times x here will be x squared. X times minus 1 will be minus x. Then plus x times x will be plus x squared. Then x times 1 will be plus x all over. Here is difference of 2 squared, going to be x squared minus 1. Minus, this is 2x squared all over x minus 1 equals to 1. So this is what we derive now. Here we have it that minus x here will cancel here. So this will become x squared plus x squared is 2x squared all over x squared minus 1 minus 2x squared all over x squared minus 1 equals to 1. So this is our equation now. What we are going to do next, okay, we forgot to put this. So this was raised to the power of 2 because we were expanding this to have this. So this also raised to the power of 2. So the next step, what we are going to do now is, you can see that we have 2x squared all over x squared minus 1. And we also have 2x squared all over x squared minus 1. So we will let this become the value like y. So we say that, let's move to this other side. So we clean this for us to move over to this side. So as we said, we say let 2x squared all over x squared minus 1 equals to y. So anywhere we see 2x squared all over x squared minus 1, we put y. So that will become y squared minus y equals to 1. So we can transpose 1 to this other side, become y squared minus y minus 1 equals to 0. So we see this, it has turned out to become a quadratic equation. And now we are going to use a quadratic formula to look for the value of y. So y will become minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. In this case, our a equals to 1, then our b equals to minus 1, then c equals to minus 1. So that will become, so we need to clean this. So now here we are going to substitute these parameters into where we have here. So it will become y equals to minus b equals to minus into minus 1 plus or minus square root of b squared, which is minus 1 squared, then minus 4. A is 1 times our c is minus 1 all over 2a. Our a is 1, which is 2 times 1. So y will become minus times minus is 1 plus or minus square root of this is 1 minus 4. This is 1 minus 1 squared is 1 minus 4 times minus 1 is plus 4 all over 2. So that will become y equals to 1 plus or minus square root of 5 all over 2. So we have this as the value of y. This will become y1 equals to 1 plus square root of 5 all over 2. So we also have y2 equals to 1 minus square root of 5 all over 2. So this is the value of y. And we say that our y equals to 2x squared all over x squared minus 1. So we are going to substitute this into where we have y. So this will become, so we clean this. So as we said, this will become 2x squared all over x squared minus 1. We put the value, we first take this one. It's going to be equals to 1 plus root 5 all over 2. So here, we are going to cross multiply. By cross multiplying, we have 2 times 4 is going to be 2 times 2x squared equals to x squared plus x squared minus 1 into 1 plus. So this is what we have. Expanding this will become 4x squared equals to x squared times 1 is x squared. X squared times root 5 will give us plus x squared root 5. So now minus 1 times 1 will give us minus 1. Then minus 1 times root 5 will give us minus root 5. So this is what we have. So we further simplify this to have. So we transpose this into this other side. We have 4x squared minus x squared. Then bring down this to this other side will become minus x squared root 5 equals to minus 1 minus root 5. So here 4x squared minus x squared gives us 3x squared. Then minus we have x squared root 5 equals to minus 1 minus root 5. So this is what we have now. We can move over to this other side. Then we can clean this to move over to this other side. So now we have this. We can factorize this. This is the same thing as we have x squared here. We have x squared here. So to factor this thing out, we have x squared into 3 minus root 5. So this is what we have here equals to minus 1 minus root 5. So here we can make x squared the subject of the expression by dividing all through by 3 minus root 5, then 3 minus root 5. So in this case, you see that root 5 here, 3 minus root 5 will cancel here, and 3 minus root 5 will cancel here. So we are now left with x squared equals to minus 1 minus root 5 all over 3 minus root 5. Here is a short form. So we can multiply by the conjugate of the denominator, which is where we will have x squared equals to 1 minus root 5 all over 3 minus root 5 times 3 plus root 5. Then here will be times 3 plus root 5. So we have this. We are going to expand this, multiply that. This is the same thing as we have. Well, let's put the parentheses for us to understand. We have this and we have this. To multiply this thing out, we will have x squared equals to, we have minus 1 times 3 will give us minus 3. Then we have minus 1 times root 5 will give us minus root 5. Then we have minus root 5 times 3 will give us minus 3 root 5. Then we have minus root 5 times root 5 will give us minus 5, because root 5 times root 5 gives us 5. So this will become all over 3 times 3 will give us 9. Then 3 times plus root 5 will give us plus 3 root 5. So minus root 5 times 3 will give us minus 3 root 5. Then minus root 5 times root 5 will give us minus 5. Okay, we have it. This one will cancel here. It's a difference of 2 squared. So 9 minus 5 will give us 4. So let us see this. This x squared. Let's clean this and move over to this other side. So now this will become x squared equals to, this is minus 3 minus 5 is minus 8. Then we have minus root 5 minus 3 root 5. It will give us minus 4 root 5. Then all over 9 minus 5 will give us, so we have this, we can factorize the numerator. So we have x squared equals to minus 4, because minus 4 is a factor where we have here, into 2 minus, this will be root 5. So this will be plus root 5 when we use minus, then all over 4. In this case, our 4 here, this will cancel here 1 and this will cancel here 1. So this will become x squared equals to, here is minus 1 because we cancel here to be 1, into x plus root 5 all over 1, but we will not put all over 1. So this is what we have. So for us to clear the power of 2 here, we need to introduce the square root of both sides. So this will become square root of x squared equals to square root of plus or minus square root of minus 1 into 2 plus root 5. So now this will cancel here and we have x equals to plus or minus root minus 1 times root 2 plus root 5. So this is what we have. And here, this root minus 1, square root of minus 1 is the same thing as I. So we are substituting this I into where we have this. So that will become, need to clear this. So substituting that, we said that our x equals to plus or minus I square root of 2 plus square root of 5. So this is our new equation now. This is the value of our x. So in that case, this x now will become, because we have plus or minus, we will have x1 as I root 2 plus root 5, and the I2 will be minus I minus root 2 plus root 5. So these are the possible value of x1 and x2, but this is for case 1. So our case 1, which we use y equals to 1 plus root 5 all over 2. That is for case 1. But for case 2, where y equals to 1 minus root 5 all over 2. And we recall, let's recall that our y equals to 2x squared all over x squared minus 1. So that is what we are going to solve now. Then let's put that we have y equals to this. Then so let's put that y equals to what we have here. So we are going to substitute the value of this y into where we have this. So we clean this. So now, as we said, we are going to equate y together. So that will become 2x squared all over x squared minus 1 equals to 1 minus root 5 all over 2. So in this case, we'll cross multiply. It will give us 4x squared equals to x squared minus 1 into 1 minus root 5. So expanding this out, we'll have 4x squared equals to x squared times 1 will give us x squared. Then we have x squared times minus root 5 will give us minus x squared root 5. Then minus 1 times minus 1 will give us minus 1. Then minus 1 times minus root 5 will give us plus root 5. So in this case, what we are going to do is to transfer this to this other side. We have 4x squared minus x squared plus x squared root 5 equals to minus 1 plus root 5. So this will become 3x squared plus x squared root 5 equals to minus 1 plus root 5. So for us to clear this will become, we will take x squared as a factor. So it will become x squared into 3 plus root 5 equals to minus 1 plus root 5. So here we can divide all through by 3 plus root 5 equals to 3 plus root 5. So root 5 here will cancel here. We are now left with x squared equals to minus 1 plus root 5 all over 3 plus root 5. So we'll clean this. So we'll move over to this other side. So we say that we left with x squared equals to, this is minus 1 plus root 5 all over 3 plus root 5. So this one is what we transfer to this other side. So what we are going to do, this is a sort format. We are going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate, which is 3 minus root 5 times 3 minus root 5. So this is what we have here. So let's create a parenthesis here. So now expanding that, we have x squared equals to minus 1 times 3 will give us minus 3. And minus 1 times minus root 5 will give us plus root 5. Then here will give us plus root 5 times 3 will give us plus 3 root 5. Then root 5 times minus root 5 will give us minus 5. This is all over. This is different of 2 square, and we have it as 9 minus 5. So here will become x squared equals to minus 3 minus 5 will give us minus 8. Then root 5 plus 3 root 5 will give us plus 4 root 5 all over 4. So in this case, we have x equals to, we can factor this thing out. So it will become 4 into 2 here plus root 5 all over 4. So in this case, so here will become, this is 4 into, this is minus, because 4 times minus 2 will become minus 8. So 4 will cancel here 1, 4 will cancel here 1. We are now left with x squared equals to minus 2 plus root 5. So that is what we have. It's going to be minus 2 plus root 5. So this is our x squared. For us to clear this square root, we need to square both sides. So we clean this, move over to this other side. So we have this. So there, let's transfer that to there. We have x squared equals to minus 2 plus root 5. So here we have to square both sides. So it becomes square root of x squared equals to square root of minus 2 plus root 5. So this here will cancel here and here will cancel here. We are now left with x equals to square root of root 5 minus 2, or the same thing, we have minus 2 plus root 5. So here will be plus or minus when we apply square root. So plus or minus this. So this will become, so we have the two value of x here as x3, which is equals to root minus 2 plus root 5, and x4, which is equals to minus root minus 2 plus root 5. And we recall that our x1 equals to I root 2 plus root 5. Then x2 equals to minus I square root of 2 plus root 5. So these are the possible value of x from this equation, which is x1, x2, x3, and x4. So these are the possible value of x in this equation. If you like what we are doing here, follow us on our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, comments, and share video for more interesting topics. Thank you. So we can look at this. They are all correct. Follow the step one by one, and you could see arrive at this answer. Thank you.